Why is he not wearing pants? It's because it's suited up. It's suited up, okay? And only the up gets suited in suited up, right? Right, okay, that's how it works. Bob, rolling through with the whales of power. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Chris, and I actually am that whale. That is why I am so drippy. It's because I just burst through the water like that. I'm literally that whale. I just was cruising along. I was like, whoa, gotta stroll in, and now we're in the show. So welcome to Suited Up. We're going to switch the format up just a tiny bit tonight. You might see me ask some different style questions. You might see me act a little different, and it's not just because I'm having heat stroke. What is happening is I'm slowly starting to shift to my new model, the new model of my show. And you know what I thought is, let's start off a little easy. Let's start off easy before we go into the whole new model change. Before we got the new banner, before we have the new everything, right? Let's just go ahead and try some of the newer segments, some of the newer style questions that I'll be doing, and let's see how it works. Because we've got 2 years of doing the same thing, and it's tried and true. It's tried and true. Still wearing the same clothes, week after week after week. You would never believe it. I've been getting away with it though, and each of you have been letting me get away with it. I've been slipping. I've been wearing the same thing every week. I'll put a different shirt. But what have I been doing for these past 2 years? You may be wondering, why is this guy sitting at the top of the app with his sweaty hair and all that? Well, my name's Chris, and every week what we do is we bring on up-and-comers. We bring on live streamers. We bring on influencers from both off and on the platform. We bring on people that have interesting stories and characteristics and things going on in their life so that you can hear about it and maybe find a new favorite streamer. Maybe you'll find a new favorite person. Maybe you'll find an AC unit. Who knows? A lot of people could benefit from a lot of different things. I don't know your situation. You know mine, right? And so if one of us did need an AC unit or something, that's just... it's not my business. But today on the show, we've got a great lineup. We've got a great lineup of people. We've got, you could say, some highlights of people coming on the show today, including highlights, so you don't want to miss her, as well as Sam. By the way, everyone tonight is a VIP. They're all VIP in both spirit and bad status. They are both valuable people and very important people, right? Very valuable, very important, right? All the V's and the I's and the P's. And we've also got Raina Cams. Raina Cams is on the show tonight too. So we've got a lot of people. Raina Cams is actually here to beat me at my own game. She's here. And she said, Chris, it's like Ellen DeGeneres. And I said, let me stop you right there. I need to catch you up on a couple of things, Raina. I just got to catch you up on a couple of things. And she was like, oh, okay. So anyway, she's all primed and ready to go now. She's way better. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I have a couple last things to say. During the show, it is an interview style show. So when we bring people into the box, when we start having conversations with them, I will be the worst kind of streamer, because a great streamer is going to acknowledge the gifts. A great streamer is going to say, hey, Travel Bay, thanks for coming into the live show. You had a really interesting battle last night. What was that song that Skylight was singing? I only caught part of it. What was the song? Maybe a great streamer would acknowledge the gifts and shout out names. During this show, you will see none of that. I will embody the worst of the worst when it comes to being a streamer, because my goal is to be a great host. And a great host is going to be attentive to the content and guests that are scheduled on the show. And as we just mentioned, tonight on the show, we've got highlights, we've got Sam, and we've got Raina Cams. And we're talking about crazy things like habits, dancing moves, as well as the apocalypse. You wouldn't believe what's going on in the show today. So you got to stick around to find out. You've got to stick around to find out. So at this time, highlights, if you want to go and request the box, please go ahead and request it. And let me tell you, during this, I hope all of you stick around and learn a thing or two, maybe enjoy some of these conversations, because right now we have a highlight to start the whole thing off. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest of the evening, the one, the only, the person that set it off, Miss Highlights.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Chris.
Highlights to you as well. It's great to see you.
So happy to be here. Oh my God.
I'm super excited to have you here because you've been chasing me down and I've been running away, ignoring you for months. And now Skylight said, Chris, you can't do that any longer because I'm booking your shows. So, I got to face you.
highlights.
So highlights. Let's talk about things. You are a show hopeful. You are hoping and doing your own show content right now, yeah?
Yeah, I am actually. I I kind of sent you the message weeks ago, Chris, but it's okay. It's all right. I understand. You're a busy guy. You know, you got things going on. You're sweating and you're in the hot seat. I get it. No, I do have a show idea. I do want to, interview people about the highlights of their life. Just honestly because I just feel like we need some more positive oriented streams.
Yeah. There was a guy one time who had that idea and it didn't go anywhere. He tried wearing a suit. Yeah, he tried wearing a suit when he did it. He tried bringing up people every week. He tried to get 3 people a week to talk about their experiences and things that they do, and it just never went anywhere. But I think you have what it takes to make a show like that successful.
Okay, yeah. So is it a go? Is it a go? Is it a go? Can you say this in front of everybody?
We haven't even had a meeting yet. let's pause there. Highlights. Let's backtrack a little bit. Backtrack a little bit before we get too far into the show thing. What platform do you stream from?
Okay, so I'm on Meet Me.
You're on Meet Me. Okay. And how did you get wrapped up into all this? Do you know somebody? What went down?
So, oh my goodness, can I tell you this? I've honestly been someone who has been on and off on the dating scene on POF since 2009. Like I'm old as dirt. 2009. Okay. I would get on it and then a couple of years I'd get off of it and then I come back to it. Well, recently when the pandemic happened last year, I ended up, getting back on POF, and then I discovered this whole live thing, and I went, oh my God, this is a whole nother world. So, to be honest with you, I was just watching streams and a gifter, and then long story short, someone said, you know what, you have a great personality, you should hit the live button every now and then, and I was like, let me try it out. So I did, and I absolutely loved it. So that's how it all started.
You mentioned something that we can not scoot over. Like we can't just skip past it. You said that you were an off and on Plenty of Fish user. You had been in the dating scene since 2009. So first question that we're out here asking is highlights. Is she looking for the highlight of her life still? Is she looking for...
I am, period, boo. I am looking for my highlight, okay? I still am. Yeah.
She still is. Okay, so... I can imagine you have received a message 1 or 2 times in your life about, hey, what's up? That kind of thing. Highlights. Tell me, what's the dating scene like these days?
Oh my God, the dating scene is so hectic. But you know what? I think that on Meet Me, it makes it just that much crazy because you have so many options. Sure. But at the end of the day, I do think you can have a better specific choice for what you do want and a better chance of meeting that on the app because you can touch bases with everyone around the world versus just being local or just someone in your city, so I like that about the platform.
And you've been rolling single since 2009, so that's like, I'm really bad at math, but I'm gonna say it's like 10 years plus 2 years,
really?
which is a couple more years than 10 years. I'm always scared to throw numbers out here. Have you ever seen me try and do a run? I can't even count backwards from 10, let alone do math.
Okay, we get the point. Oh my God.
Right. So highlights. I gotta ask you this. So there's one common variable over that many years, 12 years, because I just did the math in my head, right?
Okay.
The common variable is you. So, is there something going on over here that you're looking for something, or what's going on here?
Okay. I can definitely say I'm picky because I have high vibrations, and I refuse to get with a person that's not on the same high vibrations as I am. I mean, I want to treat myself and not cheat myself. You know what I mean?
What are high vibrations? It's like a Marky Mark reference. What is
So when I say high vibrations, he has to be optimistic. He has to have goals. He has to be driven, passionately by the things that he wants to pursue himself. And he has to have a mission so that when I come into the scene, I can help him with it. Like, I want to be inspired by him. I want to be taught things. Like, I don't know. I need that kind of, I need that kind of thing in my life.
Wow. I mean, that's a great list. So she knows what she wants and she's not going to settle for less, is what you're saying. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, you threw out the field of vibrations terminology. Are you into astrology and the zodiac and all that kind of stuff?
So I do believe in the zodiac. I'm not necessarily into the whole like horoscopes, but I do believe in astrology, meaning that the signs, you know, typically have the same characteristics. Yeah, I do.
Okay, she does. I was hoping maybe that would lead somewhere into that. Maybe it was just that you're an aqua, Cancer, Marine Leo or something.
Oh,
And
oh.
and you know that could be the reason why, but maybe not.
You just missed my whole sign, Chris. You threw out 5 signs instead.
It's all.
I
know. So we talk about the hard-hitting issues on the show, right? Obviously, dating is something. Wow, it's so the situation gets hot in here. That's, as you can see. Like I said, we asked the hard-hitting questions in a zombie apocalypse. Who are the 3 people that you're bringing with you? You can pick 3 people in a zombie apocalypse. Who are the 3 people you're taking with you?
A top ass travel bae for number 1. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. Skylight, because she's just a whole ass vibe. Oh, excuse me, a whole vibe.
The whole vibration. She could be all vibration. You know?
She's the whole vibe. And let's see who else. You. Why not you?
Me?
I've seen you DJing. I know you got good vibes, high vibrations. I've seen you.
First of all, inconsiderate for you to drag me into a zombie apocalypse. Number 2, DJing is like the last skill you want in a zombie apocalypse. Like, hey everyone, here's the live people with the loud music.
That's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need.
Okay, well, you are not on my list of 3 people that I'm taking because you're the person that gets everyone eaten in the first scene. We're like the story building element people where everyone just dies in the first scene, so everyone knows what's going on. So okay, well, good to know. So now everyone knows zombie apocalypse highlight is going to not be the pick to go. Okay.
I can't even. It just destroyed me. On really.
Something you do destroy as well are these battles. Man, I'm good. Because you're a VIP, you know a thing or two about these giftings, right? You know a thing or two about supporting live streams. How did you go from, I think I'm going to look for love on this app to let me swipe, let me show you who's boss? How did you make that leap?
You know what? I went into some really great streams. I ended up going into a couple of people, and it was just like charismatic at the time and a lot of top badges. And to be honest with you, I just enjoyed their energy so much at that time. And it was something I needed during the pandemic to lift my spirits. And it's kind of hard not to gift. It's kind of hard to sit on the other side and get such good energy, and they're on stream and you're like, ugh. And then I had to roll it out, you know. I'm a supporter, a big time, you know, and I just am a believer that, you know, if you got good vibes, hey, you should sow into that. So
did they have the DARE program for you growing up? You know what DARE is?
Yeah, they did. I'm old.
Because it sounds to me like you just caved to a lot of peer pressure. And I'm just here to lend a hand because I learned a thing or two in 5th grade about it, okay? And I want to just give a hand and say I'm here to help if you ever need it, okay? It's a new show, everybody. We're bringing it back. My name's Chris Casper. We're featured right now on Highlights. We're learning a bit about her streaming, and all the things that are going on in her world. Tell us, you are very active in the live community. You've been definitely running that VIP badge and been running these live stream streets. What are some of the events and things that are currently going on for you?
Okay, so as well as trying to get my featured show featured. So with me, I definitely feel like I'm wanting to get in part of the battle royales because they have a lot of battle royales going on. I just wish that they would see me as a great candidate for that. Hey, hello, I'm just letting you know, just throwing it out there. And you know what, to be honest with you, I like so many of the varieties of the featured shows that are up there. I'm about to be on Expanded Minds, what's her show?
Yes or Next with X.
Yeah, Yes and Next. So I'm about to be up there next week, and I'm excited about that. So that's what I got going on so far.
So a lot of things people can favorite you for. So if you've not favored her, make sure that you favorite highlights because she's doing a lot of things. Help us get to know you a little bit off the platform, so people know the live streaming you. Would you say that that is the whole you, or is there a little bit going on off scene that you'd like to share?
So, so I'm reconnecting with my former aspirations, and I am thinking about pursuing production and music and songwriting again, my personal life. And also, I used to do motivational and public speaking, and I'm thinking about kind of traveling again, getting into that. We'll see. We're taking it slow.
Let's kind of peel some of that back. You said revisiting a lost passion. I'm ad-libbing there because I know. So what does that mean? You let it go. Why did you let it go? When did that escape?
Sometimes in the course of life, you know, you go through different things, and it's almost like you go through a phase where it's not that you forget about your childhood passion or your childhood dreams, but you get so smugged with the things that happen and adulting, and you don't have the time to just take a breath of fresh air and just think, wait, let me reconnect with what it is that made me excited when I was a child. Like, I feel like, you know, it's time to do that again for me. You know, I kind of lost it.
When were you? What type of performing were you doing? Were you on the high school stage belting it out? Were you recording tracks and showing your friends? How far did you get?
So I was I am a signed ASCAP songwriter officially, but I haven't done anything with it for years. But I used to write, and I used to have my own band, and we used to perform, and so I also play keyboard and I sing. So
very cool.
Yeah, we do local shows and events and travel, and it was really a lot of fun. So
what's the direction of your band? Is there a style of music that you gravitate towards? Is it original? Are you performing covers?
So we would do covers, and we would do more so of 80s and 90s music, and some 2000s, of course. Oh no.
What? Hello? Hey everyone, this is Chris Casper. Welcome to Suited Up, and we keep it together at all times. We keep it buttoned up. This is Highlights. She's letting us know about her passions and her talents. She's a performing artist, and she has a lot of skills that she's giving us the 101 on. 411? That thing. Highlights, let us know. What's going on with this in your band?
Okay, so with the band, I said we were doing more 80s, 90s, and 2000s when music was really, really, really good, in my opinion. Sure. Covers and also original music as well.
Okay. Do you perform any of your music on your live?
No, I haven't yet. So
have you been hiding this talent?
I think that they can pick up that I used to sing, and I'm very passionate about music, but I don't think that I've never told them that. So
I think they can assume I'm talented, Chris. All right, that seems fair. That seems fair. Highlights, before we wrap things up today in this conversation, it's been absolutely fantastic talking with you. Thank you for joking and playing along. Definitely. Everyone, make sure you hit the favorite on her. Any last things you'd like to say besides asking for a show?
You know what? I'd just like to say that I am very appreciative for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. And I'm so excited about all the great innovative things that are going to happen with Meet Me and, you know, all the streamers. And I just say, keep going, you guys. Going for the gusto, go for the top every time, you know, because you never know how you can positively influence people in a great way. So stay true to that.
Love that. That's spectacular. Thank you so much, Highlights, for jumping on the show today. Thank you for everything that you do. If you have not favored the Highlights, make sure you do. She's a wonderful person, obviously great with the jokes. The one and only Highlights, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Everyone, my name is Chris Casper. That was Highlights, and we're just getting started. This is a show we do every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We bring on up-and-coming talent. We refuse to acknowledge some of the people who come in here, who we won't maybe even talk about on the rundown this week, mostly. If you have interest in being on this show, please reach out to Skylight. And don't go anywhere, because we're going to do a new segment at the end of the show that is going to be Skylights. It's all these highlights puns today. It's skylights. We're going to talk with Skylight. She's going to talk about next week's guests as well as point out some of the highlights from today's show, because I don't give myself much credit, but maybe Skylight liked something, or maybe you did, and you can stick around to find out. Up next, our second guest is another VIP. I've seen this guy bust some moves that you would not believe, and we've got to learn a little bit more about him. So ladies and gentlemen, we're about to welcome Sam to the box, and make sure you don't go anywhere, because our last guest tonight is Raina Cams. Until then, everyone, the one, the only Mr. Sam. Cheers,
hey Chris,
man.
how you doing? How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you for being here. This is wonderful to have you.
Thanks.
Sam, we just got to come out of the gate. The first time that I met you, you were breaking it down. And that is not something I would just assume.
Thank you, guys.
From the profile picture. To lead into that, there's something that I really love about that, which is some of your background and the preconception that people can have. So I'm being really long-winded here, but you had 18 years of service as a combat veteran. Is that
Well,
correct?
no, I had almost 5 years of service as a combat veteran, but
5 years.
yeah, 5 years, 5 years. Yeah.
Wrote down the wrong detail, but you were a combat veteran. And
Yes.
I think that sometimes there can be a misconception of the way that may harden a person or take away some of who they are. But seeing how lively and fun you were, I love seeing that. So just to begin the conversation, can you tell us a little bit about who you are, maybe some of your time in the service?
So Sam Marines. So I couldn't think of a name to put, so I put my name, and then I was like Marines. So like, well, shit, there we go. But yeah, I did about almost 5 years in the Marine Corps, and so I got stop loss. That's where the 5 years came from, because they kept me involuntarily, and so that's where all that comes from. But when you say the being hardened, it's all about the people you surround yourself with. I surround myself with a lot of great people, especially on here, from everywhere, and they just make it fun for me. People think, oh, you've been in combat, so you're an ass or anything like that. But no, it's what you take from it and how you just live your life.
Yeah.
My daughter helped me out with that one.
Well, let's dig into that a little bit. Was going to the service something that had always been on your mind? For some people, it's a lineage thing where their family has history.
Yeah. So my uncle was Army, and I wanted to do something better, and I wanted to join the one with the best uniform and the hardest one. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to the Marines, and I joined the Army, or I joined the Marines just for the uniform.
Yeah, they have a sword, which if I
they do.
sign up for something, they throw in a sword. That's a pretty good deal.
Yes, there is a huge sword in there. Yeah,
It's a huge sword. What? Okay, so you joined the Marines, and if you didn't do that, was there a different path that you may have taken? What was the what-if path that you may have taken?
So I come from the ghettos in Southern California. So most of my family members were gang members, and I decided I needed to get out of that area. And one day, one of my friends was murdered, and I told my mom I need to get out of California. And so she said, you have an uncle in Iowa that you never met. So I came to visit for a couple of weeks, and I never left.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 22 years ago.
Well, now you're gonna. I can't ask my follow-up there. I was gonna say about how old were you when that happened, but then I wouldn't know how old you are because I can't do math. But for everyone else,
Thank you,
I'm
guys.
sure you would. You would get.
Yeah, so I left when I was 20, and I never turned back. Like, it was just one of those things where you had to get out, and like I saw more shooting, believe it or not, more shooting outside of the Marine Corps than in the Marine Corps.
What was your perception of life and I guess the world compared to then versus now? Because I believe that people are a product of their environment.
Yeah.
So being from that environment, what would you say your perception of the world was?
Like, it's, this is all I have, and you just see the people around you, and you think that's all that you have in life, and that's all you're ever going to be. But then you have people like my brother that didn't let me fall into that lifestyle and said that you were going to do something better. And so I was the first, man in my family to graduate high school or
Wow.
to go to the military. And so they're the ones who, I was in it. I never participated. They always kept me away from it, but it was a life that I seen every day.
Yeah. And so then you spent 5 years.
Thank
doing
you.
it.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
So what is your takeaway from your time in the service? I've talked to many people who have served on this show, and each one has a different perspective. What was yours?
I loved it. I loved and hated it. I loved the men, my brothers, and I just hated the little things like being hot in 120-degree weather and you can't get out of it, and you're in the sun and just hating life. You're in the swamp surrounded by chiggers and sand fleas and mosquitoes, but I love it. It made me the man who I am today. Every experience that in my life has made me who I am today, and the Marine Corps turned me into a man real quick.
Going back to that, people
Thank
are
you.
probably there. You also did mention that you love the uniform. Fun fact: the most popular color in the world, the most popular color choice is blue. The second favorite colors are red and green, followed by orange, brown, and purple. The least favorite color is yellow, believe it or not. Yellow behind brown and purple.
Really?
I can see purple and orange. Yeah. So
Yeah.
interesting facts. Right
So
there.
I'm red green colorblind. So you'll see, like in a lot of pictures that I take, I always do the edit to a black and white just because I can't see the colors.
Really? So
Yeah.
you have a red shirt on right now. So,
And I thought it was orange.
you thought it was well. It looks good on you. It looks good.
Thank
on
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Let's go into the transition to jumping on the platform. So people come from all different walks of life to find different uses. What platform did you start off with? What were your original?
I started on POF, and so I was on Facebook doing a quarantine dance party every night for 2 hours. I would just dance
What does that mean?
So I would be dancing by myself for 2 hours for my whole crowd, and I was live on Facebook. And
By yourself?
Yes, by myself. And so, because it's quarantine, and so I got on POF, and I was like, I haven't been on here in a while, and I seen the live function, what's this? And just like everybody else, that's how they discovered it, by accident, or by almost everybody else. That's how they discovered it, by accident. And I was like, I can do this. And so I was streaming for a little bit, and then I got banned from POF for a day or so. And then I was like, let me go to Meet Me, and because I want to stream. And so that's how I stayed on Meet Me, and that's where I've been ever since.
Well, I love a good romance conversation. And POF, I'd say, is anytime. Look, if you come on here and you use POF ever, I gotta ask. I just have to. Were you searching at that time? Was that kind of like a just putting the feelers out sort of deal?
So when I went on, I was like, I haven't been on here in a while. Let me see if anybody's messaged me. And before I even got a chance to go to the messages, I saw the live and I pressed it, and the rest is history from there. Yeah, and so like I wasn't on there for dating. It was just an accident of going on the live. And just like every other streamer, you guys like attention. So I love attention, and so let's just do it.
I love that you just said I didn't go on there for dating, it was there for live. I want to be a fly on the wall for the person in a relationship who their significant other finds plenty of fish on their phone. They're like, no, don't worry. I'm a live streamer.
Yes.
I'm a live streamer, don't worry. It's not like that. I love you.
I'm not on there for dating, trust me.
I promise.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did these dance parties. Are you a good dancer? Would you say a pretty good dancer?
I would say that I can keep up with the best of them. And like, when I look at them, they're saying, yeah, thank you, Mej. Mej loves the way I dance. Yeah. I mean, that's just what I do. If you look at my emoji, it's the dancing man. And me and Lonnie, when you came into Lonnie's stream that one night, her and I we will dance for hours, and just dance. And you want to know a really fun fact? My mom is
Of
in my
course.
live right now. My mom, I'm live off to the side right here, and she's in my live. And
My mom is in this live.
is she?
My mom and my grandma and my aunt.
Oh
My
wow.
aunt actually, I'm sorry, Christy. My aunt, this is not a lie. And I know this is your time, but I keep meaning to bring this up and I just never do. You reminded me. So thank you. My
Yeah.
aunt, for the person in the comment, right? My aunt will forego seeing her boyfriend. She actually tells her boyfriend that she can't hang out Wednesday nights
Oh
because
shit.
she watches this show. Now, if that's not some family love, I
That
don't know
is.
what is. So,
That is.
you know, shut up. Right?
Oh man. Yeah, that's
Um,
too funny. So she's thrown for me in battles before.
What? Your mom's got
Yes.
hands?
She does. Yeah. She threw for me the one battle. She threw for me in one battle. I battled right, and she threw for me in it.
Wow. Does your
Yeah.
mom go live? What does she think of all this?
She doesn't go live. She likes. So I went to visit her, and she said I was leaving, and she goes, Sam, can you download that for me? I want to watch the person's live that you were watching that one day. And I don't know if you know Coinman, but Coinman does a show, and like he and I are really good friends. We're actually going to Las Vegas this next month, and for my birthday. And
Wow.
so he does a antiques and coins show, and she was like, I want to watch that. Will you download the app for me so when he goes live, I can see him? And so yeah, that's how that happened.
How cool. I love that. Let's break that stigma. Anyone who says that your mom, well, 99% of the time, I don't want my mom seeing what's going on in here. But what happens in here is fine. What happens in here is fine. It's like, that would be mortifying, actually, to think. It's like your
Oh,
parents.
trust me, she comes into my stream on sometimes when the conversation is something. She's like, oh, I gotta go. Bye, guys.
Like, I found out you know a lot more things than I thought you knew to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. So going to Vegas, your birthday's coming up. And
It's July
to tie
3rd.
this all- July 3rd, so happy early birthday.
Thank you.
That leads into a follow-up question is, you've actually built some real friendships through this, enough that you're going on a vacation to celebrate your birthday with someone from the
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah, like Coinman only lives 2.5 hours from me, and so I've been to his place a few times. He's come over here, and he was like, "Hey, let's go to Vegas." I'm like, "All right, let's go." And
That's
so
incredible.
we're gonna be in Vegas for about 4 days and just hanging out.
Wow.
So, well, eventually, and we've already talked about it, we're gonna introduce our daughters, and maybe they can be friends or whatever.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Man,
so,
that is so cool. That is just so cool. That is so
Yeah.
cool to think the butterfly effect, you know?
Mhm.
If whenever you had downloaded Plenty of Fish, if you could say, hey, you know, you're going to download this and you're going to go to Vegas with some guy and introduce your daughter to his daughter, you'd be like, whoa, wait, what happens to me? What
I
happens
go on
to
Plenty
me?
of Fish and go to Vegas with a guy.
Yeah, you're gonna go on a trip to Vegas with some guy, you know. What's for you in Vegas? What I've never been there, but I know people go there for many reasons. Are you a gambler? Do you like the shows? Do you like the sights?
I like the shows. Gambling, I'm a poker player, so I don't want to take up the whole time while I'm over there hanging out with Coinman, gambling, playing poker, because that's like 8-10 hours at a table. And so
Sure.
I don't normally go gamble whenever I go there. So we're just gonna, you know, like go to a show or pretty much just hang out by the pool and drink. Thank you guys. Thank you.
That's
Yeah, hang out by the pool and just, you know, and there are a few people he said that he knows from there are gonna come hang out with us. So it'll probably be a streamer night, one of the nights with a few other people from here.
Wow, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it'll be pretty
While
fun.
it's top of mind, make sure that you're hitting the favorite button on Sam. He is a live
Thank you,
streamer.
thank
He is
you.
a great person. He's a danceaholic. He's a vacationer. You gotta get to know him. He obviously knows
Right.
how to live. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Hit the favorite button on him. Sam, you know, to put it in your court for the last question here, is there anything that you want to shout out? Anything that you want to talk about? Maybe an event, an auction, a battle that you're going to be in that you want to talk about?
So I have a battle coming up on the 2nd with one of Panda's people. So I'm going up against the Alliance. Her name is V. It's her first battle. She said, she was in my live one day and she said, Sam, nobody will battle me. And I was like, I'll battle you. Let's do it, because it's her first battle. And I said, I'll battle you. And so we made a little bet. Whoever loses gets a pie to the face. So I think I might be getting a pie to the face.
That's not half bad, because you get left.
Yeah, I might be getting a pie to the face. And I want to thank Skylight as well. She's the one who recommended me to your stream. And I was like, how did you know about me? Because I never really seen her name come into my life. She's like, oh, I was in there in a lurker. I was just checking you out and seeing how you are. But I want to thank her for putting me here on your show to hang out. And the one she asked me what a fun fact was about me. I was my daughter's Girl Scout troop leader for about 4 years. And
Nice.
yes. So none of the parents wanted to do it. So I told them, I was like, I'll do it. So you would see a tatted up dude, like hosting the Girl Scout troop party.
What happens at Girl Scouts? Like, I know they have these cookies, and that's about it.
It's a whole bunch of activities. You teach them life skills and how to deal with money, how to just you teach them life skills. And how we always started it, I brought in a little bit of extra flavor to it, was Lee Greenwood, God Bless USA song. Like, that was our song for our troop. And then
Sure.
The best part about that was one day I was gonna quit doing it, because my ex-wife, she was in Afghanistan at the time, and it was a little stressful. And so I asked them all a question: what's the best part of Girl Scouts for you guys? And then one of them said, we have the best troop leader ever. And so I stayed.
They said
That's how that happened.
And pull your heartstrings. What are you going to do at that point? You can't be like, well, it sucks to suck because I'm gone. It's just corrupt.
Right? Yeah.
But, Sam, I can't thank you enough for being on this show. Skylight, you were shouting her out. Big shout out to her for doing all the bookings per usual. Yeah. Please, everyone, if you can, give Sam a favor. He's a wonderful person, obviously very generous, big heart, and making a lot of great friendships on this platform. We got to have you back again sometime.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on here. All right.
Absolutely.
You guys have a good one. Thank you.
Until next time, man. Hey, everyone, if you're just tuning in, the reason I look like I just got out of a pool is because I'm actually the whale. We found out this earlier. I'm actually the whale from Bob's Exclusive Gift. And this is my part-time gig. I do this show every now and again, and then all the other times, I'm actually just that whale. I'm even blue. I'm even blue, just like the whale. That's what it is. That, or I'm a double for those people that you see in movies that are in the church and they just keep patting their head down with the cloth. That's me. That's my other part-time job. I offer my extra skills and my cameo skills for that. If this is your first time being on the show, though, this is a show we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. That whale is going so fast. That whale just can we get a real mathematician to break down the speed at which that whale is going? He's just cruising. Maybe Moore knows. He runs pet profiles. Moore runs pet profiles, knows all about the animals. So maybe Moore. But anyway, if you're tuning in this show for the first time, we do this show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've already talked to highlights. We just got done talking with Sam Marines, and we're about to talk to Raina Camps, who's requesting the box. Right, there you go. If you have any questions or would like to know more about the show or how to get on it, don't harass me, harass Skylight. She's the one with the keys now, not me. I am helpless to my own show. I don't know what to tell you. It's an interview style show, and if you're wondering why I do not thank people for gifts during it, it is because it's out of courtesy and to be polite to the guests that we do have. But real quick, let's shout out Mr. Bob, to Angie, to Valerie, to Babyface, the Jenny Element, highlights, as well as Sophia, King Zay, Vixen, and Lex. Those are the top 10 gifters so far today. I'll do another shout out at the end of the show. I do see you, I do see the gifts, but I pretend not to. At this time, everyone, we're welcoming our last guest tonight. She's got the host with the most skills, and she's here to show you all how it's done because I certainly don't know how. Her name's Raina Cams. Raina Cams, what's up?
Hey, Chris, thank you so much. This is so exciting. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Raina Cams.
It's great to have a polished streamer in this live stream, to show us how it's all done. So Raina, welcome to the show. It's the theme of the night here to have these VIPs on who have skills or show ideas. Just to come out of the gate strong, you've been working on your own show, haven't you?
Yes, thank you so much. And please don't say that, any of that, because honestly, you're amazing and I appreciate you and you do such a great job. I worked really hard to create the best show that I could create that works for me. Jordan Tarzan is one of the, one of my mentors on the app, and he said that I was an amazing interviewer. So I decided to come up with the Raina Cams show. And basically, it is similar to your show, of course, interview style. We start with dancing, kind of like exciting, hype up the crowd, some fun news, world news, celeb news, and then we get into interviewing each guest. I like to try to interview people on and off the app. But it's been a lot of great people on the app that we really want to hear about, maybe their merch or companies that they have they want to share about, or the skills they have that they want to share about. And it's just so much fun. It's really a great vibe.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Tarzan is definitely a person to be able to spot talent, so I'm going to have to agree with him. So Raina, thanks for being lighthearted about it. You said you open up with a dance and a DJ. I'm not sure if you heard about the whole Ellen situation. So maybe we shift away a little bit from her, but it's all good. No one heard about that thing anyway. Right?
Am I sensing that you were a little offended?
No, I wasn't offended. I was worried for you.
Okay, so no more Ellen, because that's history, but definitely Chris Casper Suited Up every Wednesdays at 9 p.m. is where, the inspiration comes from on the app. So if I can do anything as close to you, that I would be so happy. But it's just a great show, and I'm glad that you enjoy it.
You have to be prepared to convince people to watch the same thing every week and convince them that it might not actually be the same thing when it still is. That's really actually all that goes on here every week, which is why we're changing it, which is why we're changing the show. So Raina, you're active in the live community. If anyone visits your Instagram page, which if they want to, number one, hit the favorite button right here on Raina. Your Instagram page is just chock full of events. If someone visits your story, they need to get a glass of water and put a tent up because they're going to be there all day going through your posts. How do you keep all these events straight? How many events are you involved in, and why do you do it to yourself?
That's the greatest question, because the truth is I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for everybody that's watching my live. And I listen to feedback and what people are looking for. I work really hard to think of great content. I really hope that people will tune in here rather than sitting on their couch and watching TV, because this app is so interactive. You can meet people, connect with people right on the spot. And honestly, I love all the things I'm doing. So as well, the Raina Cam show this week is very special. So I do spice it up and change it up once in a while. This week we're celebrating Pride with all guests that are part of the LGBTQ plus community that are also streamers. And I love the poster, so that's great to put on my IG. But, what?
I did not say Skylight. Write that down. That's not.
Hey, Skylight.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's a fantastic concept. What what inspires you when it comes to your show? In all seriousness, I've been poking at you about Ellen and thank you for the words. Okay. But really, what does inspire you to think of, hey, this is something I'd like to bring attention to, or this is a type of show that I want to promote? How do you go about that?
There's so many parts of it. Living in Toronto and being Jewish and Canadian, I feel like I don't experience what a lot of people do, let's say in other countries or in America. When I started this app, I noticed that there were things I never knew about. And I wanted to be informed that I can, you know, understand people better and work with people rather than against people. So for me, that's the motive. For other people, it's really like, I really think everyone on this app is interesting in their own way, and we could showcase them. I'll give you an example quickly. We had Vipe on the show. I think he's here somewhere. And Vipe was an incredible guest because the variety, the talent, the skills that he has were showcased so well. And in that case, it was just so easy. And everybody else is so interesting. We had Jordan Tarzan, Juice Baby Jojo. We had Grand Finale sharing about his merch. And I have so many big plans. So really, I love people. I find people just so interesting. And I'm a little crazy in a good way. So I want to share that too.
It's necessary. It's necessary. You have to be a little bit crazy, I think, in order to be a live streamer. You are a Plenty of Fish streamer. Is that correct?
Yes, I love POF. Nothing against the other apps. I just literally have the same typical story that POF users have. I was back into the dating scene during COVID, was flipping around, found the live. I was like, what is this? I found a streamer that I really loved, and they encouraged me the next night, grab a drink and try to do live. I never did anything like this in my life. As well, POF, the way that POF is, sometimes I feel that I'm very connected. I'm connected to my admin. I chat with her. I'm going for top badge, you know, hopefully that'll come soon. And I feel like it's just, I feel at home with POF because I've known POF, I'm sorry, my whole time.
Is it an animal?
Pardon me?
Is that an animal?
No. What, behind me?
No, I thought maybe an animal was possibly trying to make its way on the scene. I was like, you should not discourage that. We actually need another animal.
I mean, if you want, I can grab my cat and I can show you my cat. And my cat's been on Moore's show.
I'm allergic to cats and I don't want to start rubbing my eyes. So maybe
no.
I know. I love them. The problem is like I want to do the thing where you put your face on them and you're like, wow, you're soft. But yeah, I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the Plenty of Fish situation, you said I was like everybody else looking for love, kind of trying to do that thing. What's your short list? What are some of the things that you look for in a partner? Because Highlights, she definitely knew what she wanted. Are you kind of in the same boat where you know what you want right now?
Actually, no, which is really interesting. I'm in a time in my life where I'm looking for the vibe and the energy more than anything. People that connect with me on my live, I really want to feel this, you know, easygoing connection, humorous, attraction, chemistry. I'm a vibe person, so I kind of want to feel that vibe. I don't feel like I'm so specific or anything like that. A good communicator is always great. Someone who's not really angry or, you know, too emotional like that. But really, I'm looking for someone who understands Reina, you know?
Okay, yeah. I mean, for not knowing what you want, I feel like you know a lot of what you want. I mean, this is what I'm hearing and all. The term good vibe keeps getting thrown out. I'm not sure if this is related, but for all the gentlemen or ladies, you know, listening, I hear that when you throw gifts, the vibe just all of a sudden becomes great. So if you want to get on a good vibe with Reina, roll a dragon and just see how good that vibe really is. So I mean, you never know. You never know, right? What is the closest? I mean, what is the closest? Have you found someone? And you know, you got to name names, spill any tea. But I'm feeling spicy. It's the end of the show.
Okay.
Have you found anyone that's piqued your interest ever, or do you think you could ever fall for someone from the internet?
Yes, absolutely. I've dated men on the internet. But let's go even spicier. I dated a streamer, and for Halloween we had a streamers party. So I actually dated a streamer I met on here, and I have lots of crushes on different streamers. Jordan Tarzan is one of them. Definitely have a crush on him. Jameson is very good looking. But Chris, I don't know if it's appropriate if I tell you I have a crush on you too.
Hey, sorry everyone, Suited Up is it's over, I guess. I'm canceled. I lost my job just now. Just lost my job. No, that's very nice of you. Thank you. Jameson, hey, Jameson's a great guy. Jordan, obviously a great guy. That's not at all where I was taking the question, but appreciate it. So
if I didn't answer it well, please tell me. I totally
no.
Peru.
My grandma will text me after the show about that moment, and I'll be like, no, it's okay. My mom watches.
Okay, I hope I still get my top edge.
Maybe. I don't know. Luckily, there's a whole different guy who deals with that kind of stuff. So. Raina, moving on to situations that won't make me sweat more. What is it now, besides getting that top badge, besides getting the show, what is going on now in your life that people should know about? Maybe even off of the app.
Okay, so basically, I'll say on the app first. On the app, we have the Raina Cam show that I'm hoping to get featured. We have in celebration of Pride tomorrow night, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I am also hosting one of the most anticipated auctions on the app, the Pajama Party, this Saturday night, and everybody is so excited. So bring your jammies and come join us on Saturday night. That's going to be 8 to 10:30 Eastern Time. And then off the app, I'm looking for an apartment, and I raise butterflies. So, yeah.
Wait, what? This is like the most nonchalant, interesting thing you just could slip in now. Like, by the way, I also grow butterflies.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Where? How does one even begin to start a butterfly journey? What?
Okay, simple. So to me, it's simple. I basically grow pollinator gardens, so different plants that pollinators like, and one of the pollinators is monarch butterflies that are almost endangered. And so what they do is they lay their eggs on the milkweed plant, and I collect their eggs, and then I incubate the eggs, and then the caterpillars hatch, and then I feed the caterpillars, and then they become butterflies after they make their chrysalis. So I used my wall to kind of share with everybody, and these are actually pictures that I took of butterflies that I raised. So last year was about 444, I think it was.
What? You're like a Pokemon trainer, just like just shooting out butterflies everywhere. That's crazy. How does it? I don't know if you're in the same boat here, but I feel like caterpillars get a pass on the creepiness versus cute scale because they have stubby little legs.
Yeah.
But if they have long legs, people would like trip out and say, burn your house down if like one got in. So it's kind of funny how nature's like that. Little stubby legs, pass, long legs, no.
But the butterflies are so cute and they're colorful. And I also raised another butterfly that looks like the from the movie A Bug's Life, like the yellow and the green and the black. So it's fun, it's cute. I have showings, I have a butterfly house outside. And so people come and do releases. They'll tell me release for my grandmother who passed away, or release for, somebody else. And it's kind of cool. Like, it's a cool thing to do. Yeah.
I'm just imagining too the scenario of you go on a date. It goes well. He comes back to your house to play Monopoly, obviously. Yeah. And you're like, hey, let me show you something, by the way. And you open up this door and he gets flooded by 482 butterflies. Like, at that point, does he just think his life is about to end? Like, I don't know how this goes down.
So it went down. I had somebody drive 5 hours to meet me and have a date with me and sit outside Yes, and open the butterfly house and release butterflies with me. So we had a great date. However, we didn't end up married. So it was a short stint of a relationship, but it was a highlight, definitely. So yeah, it has happened. Yeah. Hey, Chris, are you available next weekend for a butterfly release?
I would. I gotta be honest. Butterflies scare me. I don't think that they're cute.
Oh my
I
God.
don't. I really don't think.
Losing points here. The cat, the butterflies, what else? Grandma,
This show is taking. This is live, everybody. This is how you know the show is live because it is taking a real turn right now. No, I really think butterflies are kind of scary, but that's just me. That's just me.
Okay.
Raina, I cannot thank you enough for number one being on the show today. Thank you so much for all that you do. Why don't you plug one more time when you are doing your show if people want to check it out, all that kind of good stuff.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me on the phone and dealing with my crazy, but this has been so refreshing and such a great time. Thank you to everybody else who's been here and supporting me as well. The Raina Cam show every Thursday at 9 Eastern time, hopefully going to be featured and get a reboot, new name, new marketing, everything like that. So tomorrow is in celebration of Pride, so please come and show love on everybody and learn their coming out stories tomorrow night. And then pajama party auction this Saturday night with some great people in it. We're going to hopefully do another pajama party auction. And last but not least, come check me out, come hang out. Sometimes I do dance battles, surprise dance battles. And a lot of times I do some like Whitney high note singing. I'm not good, but I do it anyways. And make sure to favorite Chris Casper and check out the rundown every Wednesday.
The rundown's the Friday. That's the Friday one. But thank you. Yes, check out the rundown every Friday. What times are things anymore? I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The rundown
Thank you, Raina.
Suited up on Wednesdays. Busy week. Definitely great. Amazing show. Thank you, everybody, for being here and the support as well. Really. And thanks, Chris, for having me. And you're awesome. Thank you so much. I don't want to leave,
Really
but
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our almost last guest tonight. Because don't go anywhere, we've got a new segment called Skylights. Skylights is going to jump in the box and talk to us about some of the highlights of today's show, as well as spoil next week's guests. So don't go anywhere. Right now we're bringing Skylight to the box. But again, if this is your first time here, everyone, my name's Chris Casper. We do the show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A big thank you to our guest tonight. Highlights, Sam, Raina Cams. Highlights, Skylights. People with lights in their name. Do we have a show today?
You guys, if you missed out on a treat. We had 3 wonderful, great streamers on today's show. We had Highlights, who is a VIP. She has always been on Meet Me app. And we learned some fun things about Highlights. We learned that she could play keyboard. She could also sing her butt off as well, you guys. We learned some fun things about her. And a fun fact about Highlights is that she used to have uplifting streams 3 days a week, which is always great because I know Highlights' mission was to make everything positive on the app. And so we love that Highlights was on the show today, you guys. And then we had good old Sam Marines. As you can tell by his title, he was in the Marines. He had 5 years. For some reason, someone said 18 years, cough, cough. But he had
We got a really bad research team. We got our research department is like, they all got fired.
The combat. And something that we learned also about Sam is that there was nobody else who wanted to volunteer for Girl Scouts, and this big tough Marine guy all tattooed up volunteered, was slinging those cookies around the grocery stores and demanding people for their $5 for the samosas.
The what? Did you say Samoans?
Wait, is it called samosas?
That's what the Rock is. The Rock is Samoan.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It is called that.
No, what are you talking?
It is. Okay, the cookies with the coconut, the lime and the coconut.
You're fired too. Who's next week's
Anyway,
guest?
okay, we move on. You guys, y'all know the salted caramel cookies. Thank you so much. Okay, so but Sam Marines, y'all, he sold Girl Scout cookies with his daughter. That was great. Then we had amazing Rena Cams with all the great events that's going on. She has a great show that is coming up this Thursday. It's going to celebrate Pride Month. As you know, this is the Pride, as you can see by this wonderful wheel that is going on. She's going to have TDS in her show, Top Badge Dalvin, Nito, Top Badge Creamy, and a performer, Angelo. And a fun fact about Rena that she already spilled is that she raised butterflies. And that was a great combo for Chris.
You were gonna withhold that great interview information from me?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a conflict of interest.
You should have told me.
Well, I can't even run a show. So,
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, this is Skylight. Give her a favorite. She helps do the bookings for this show, and also from time to time give me information about the guests because I'm a.
Okay, I will always give you guests. And talking about guests, you guys, next week is going to be also a treat. We are going to have a streamer called Babe Ruth, not the baseball player, baseball, right? A streamer called Babe Ruth on the show, you guys. We're going to have Adam Hartz, and we're also going to have Mariella. I'm very, very excited for these three guests. Make sure you tune on to the next Wednesday, same time, same place to see these people.
Wow. So who are the guests for next week one more time?
Okay, so the guest for next week is Babe Ruth, Adam Hartz, and someone called Mariella.
When you say that someone called, it sounds like, and we've got this other person.
Okay, we're going to have a great streamer, Babe Ruth. Oh my God, Babe Ruth. Woo! And we're going to have a wonderful person named Mariella. And then we're going to have another wonderful streamer called Adam Hartz. We should have practiced this, maybe. But,
Well, this is the practice, basically. I would yell at anyone who did it.
And if you guys are watching the show, please hit me up on IG, Skylight_meet me. Unlike Chris, I respond to every single message that I do get. Thank you.
Who said I don't do that? Because if you want to, you can click my name and go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. Thank you so much, Skylight. By the way, sorry, there was a person who goes by a streamer name of Skylight. So if you're interested, there's a person by the name of Skylight. In her words anyway. If you would like, hit my name there. You'll have my little template that shows you my socials pop up. Give me a follow on Instagram. See what I'm up to when I'm not wearing a tie. Maybe I might post a thing, and that thing might be worth commenting on. Who knows? We're really close to 5K. I'm trying my best. I'll open a pack of magic cards or something sometime soon. But not unless we get the 5,000 favorites. So a big special thank you to the gifters one more time today. To Mr. Bob, to Valerie, to Angie, to Lonnie, Babyface Mosley, Sophia, Yummy, Tier 1, okay. Nicole, the Jenny Element. The Jenny Element sounds like the Joe Rogan Experience, but nothing at all like the Joe Rogan Experience. And lastly, Highlights. Thank you, Highlights, for being on the show as well. To our guests today, Highlights, Sam and Rena Cams, special shout out to you. Special shout out to all of you, specifically you, right there, the person who is looking at their screen right now. Thank you for coming to the show. My name is Chris Casper. We do this show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to see if I will be as sweaty Friday, you got to tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday to check out the new Top Badge announcements, to find out who won the contest from last week, as well as get some shout outs. We're going to learn about a show that's coming up, a lot of cool stuff. So again, thank you all so much for coming by. My name is Chris Casper. Skylight, get it together. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.